The Emoji Movie has just come out in the US. It's gonna hit Australia soon. It's, from everything I hear, a smash hit and a revolution in the animation industry. It's such an interesting way to take a popular theme like emoji, something all the kids can relate to, and bring it to everyone in a really appealing and humorous way. So today we're going to do the same thing. We're going to come up with a pitch for the next big movie. We're going to out-emoji the Emoji Movie. This is a very exciting concept. I feel like it's going to be a big hit. G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and today we're going to come together with a new movie pitch with the help of Twitch chat, who have voted on these 5 options. These are things that all the cool hip kids find cool these days. Old school memes, fidget spinners, Jake Paul, hot knives, and sexy Benjamin. That's a bit more of an inside joke, that one, but I appreciate it. The Twitch chat has voted and the winner is sexy Benjamin. God damn it! Oh my god, you guys are ridiculous. I feel like before we dive into creating our pitch, we need a recap. For those of you who don't know what Sexy Benjamin is about, let me take you back to a series of videos I did using the starving artist simulator game Passpartout, and how the story of Sexy Benjamin eventuated. I want Benjamin to buy this piece. It's called I'm Sorry Benjamin. Whoa! 1,500 euros! Thank you, Frederick. Turns out Benjamin's a popular theme. If sex sells, but I couldn't sell myself through sex, maybe I can sell Benjamin through sex. Oh my god. Benjamin, you're in for a wild ride. Oh, Benjamin, you sassy boy. Oh! Oh, Kevin! 2,300! Oh, they love it! Sexy Benjamin for the win! Sexy Benjamin time. Ooh, you like? You like naughty Benjamin? Yes, you do. Ah, Benjamin. This is awkward. Just in it for cash, says Benjamin. So if Sexy Benjamin wasn't sold out enough already, we're gonna sell him out even more in his own lame movie and capitalize on him. Sexy Benjamin is gonna be a blockbuster hit, and Twitch chat is gonna help me make this happen. Alright, to start off with, we're gonna outline our main characters. Obviously we have the original designs in Passpartout and in those videos, but I feel like we need to create our own style, bring it all together, and just create basically some concept art for what the characters will look like. Something we can pass on to the animators to turn into this gorgeous 3D animated thing. So Sony Pictures created the Emoji Movie. This is, by the way, not sponsored. And everything I've said in praise to the Emoji Movie is sarcastic. No offense, Sony Pictures. If they'll make the Emoji Movie, maybe they'll make the Sexy Benjamin movie. So I'm going to create concept art for each of the characters for the Sexy Benjamin movie, and then I'm going to figure out with the Twitch chat what their connections are, what their relationships are, and then we're going to come up with the concept movie poster. So we can take the poster, the character designs to Sony Pictures, and pitch our next movie. Now, of course, we're going to start off with our lead character, who is Sexy Benjamin. So our concept art for the animators is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to go with a pretty bubbly style. So let's go like really cutesy. He's got a little bubbly mustache. He almost looks like an emoji. I'm going to give him these like little pink cheeks, little blushing rosy cheeks. I feel like it's impossible to do this without being immature and not family friendly. I feel like this may end up being the sausage party of the Emoji Movie aesthetic. He's just holding a baguette here. Okay, maybe that's a bit too risque. Let's get rid of the nips. Let's bring back his French outfit. I feel like he's more recognizable when he's got his full outfit on. Of course, at the end of the day, it's about how much money we can make from Benjamin. So even though we're making him Sexy Benjamin, we're still trying to sell to families and kids, because they're the most exploitable people. I feel like his baguette's a bit thinner. Not quite so much girth on his baguette. Okay, that's cool. That's better. That's family friendly. He's got pants on, you know, so we're We've got some progress here. So we have Sexy Benjamin. Let's move on. Our next character we need to figure out is George. Again, we're gonna go for this really friendly emoji-like style. I feel like I need another reference image for George. Okay, there we go. There's our other reference image. just for inspiration. Okay, there's George's face. He's got a concerned looking face, like he's concerned about, I don't know, buying art and wandering around Paris rather than finishing his book. There's the George character. He looks pretty cheap to animate, that's good. Next character is Synth. Again, let's keep it nice and cutesy. I feel like we've got the aesthetic carrying it across here. She's looking pretty cool, definitely nice and simple and cutesy. Okay, there's our Synth, let's move on. Then we've got the Critic. I feel like I need a reference picture for this guy. In fact, let's face it, the Critic from Passpartout is pretty much exactly the Critic from Ratatouille. So let's just use him as a reference image. In fact, do you know what? We're saving on budget here. This is going to be a collaboration between Sony Pictures and Pixar. So they're just going to use the exact same asset, but just make his head bigger. And they'll explain it, that this is a cross-universe thing. I mean, Ratatouille was based in France, so is Passpartout. They're both critics. They both look identical. So obviously, this guy is both a food critic and an art critic. He's just a very critical sort of guy. I was thinking of involving Passpartout, but I feel like he doesn't fit. This is like a spin-off, like a sequel, right? So Passpartout has gone on to become the biggest selling artist ever. He doesn't need his story to be continued to be told. His story's been told. So maybe this is just gonna be Sexy Benjamin's story. Let's line these characters up and see if we've got everything we need. If this was an animated movie, this would have like way more appeal than the Emoji Movie. I kind of want this to actually be a movie. Sony Pictures, if you made this, I would love you forever. So here's our cast so far. It's feeling pretty cool. Like now, obviously there are gonna be B characters and stuff, but I think there's one character missing. I feel like we need something a little more obnoxious, but consistent. We need a Jazza, French Jazza cameo, but I want to keep the styles consistent. And he's got his scarf on, and then we have his glasses, and then we have our obnoxious but consistent French Jazza, and he's going to be the narrator of the story. So there we have our cast lineup. So Twitch chat, I'm gonna get your help to figure out who does what, how they're connected, right? So it was Twitch chat's idea that the Jazzy character be the narrator. Let's figure out what roles George and Synth and the Critic have to play. Now this story hasn't been told yet. Passpartout's story has been told, but from the moment that that game ended and Passpartout sold out, these characters have a journey to take upon themselves. Our protagonist is Sexy Benjamin. The movie is going to be called Sexy Benjamin or whatever, and Jazza is the narrator. So now Twitch is going to vote first on who of the remaining three, George, Synth, or the Critic, is the love interest. Then out of the two that are left, they'll vote on who is the villain, and then the last person left over is going to be the comic relief. And the results are the love interest is going to be George. Okay, so he's not in the run to being a villain, but that's okay because the two most likely villains, of course, are Synth and the Critic, because Synth is a bitch and the Critic is, well, very critical and villainous looking. The result is Synth is the villain, which means that the Critic is the comic relief. Okay, so he's gonna be sort of a lame comic relief. This guy's gonna be the comic relief. He just looks so uninterested in everything. So we have our cast lineup and their roles. We have the hero, we have the romance, we have the villain, we have the comic, and we have the narrator. Oh, this is too perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I'm going to create a concept poster, a theatrical poster for Sexy Benjamin, the movie, with all of these characters in their roles in that poster. I'm going to time-lapse it so you can see it all come together, and in the spirit of being obnoxious but consistent, I'm of course going to do it as my horrible French accented narrator. Let's get started. Bonjour people at Sony Pictures, this is my video pitch for the upcoming movies. It will be a smash hit. It is called Sexy Benjamin the movie. You will notice that the poster you are seeing created is taking heavy inspiration from the Magic Mike movie franchise, which is very popular with the teenagers and the single women and of course married women who won't admit it and general fan of sexy men. Anyway, I digress. The plot of this movie is one which is very deep and rich in passion and baguettes. The story centers around Benjamin, a baker and art enthusiast, former friend of the Passpartout famous artist as you know, and on his journey of discovering art, he discovered love in the form of none other than George R.R. Martin, who was, aside from looking for art himself, looking for inspiration to finish the book series he started, The Game of Thrones or A Song of Fire and Ice, but has not had the passion to complete as he has spent all his time sitting on his own throne of money from the sale of the franchise. However, after falling in love with another kindred spirits in the alleyways of Paris, France, he finally finished the book series with the finale, which concluded with the White Walkers being punished and the Iron Throne being replaced with a throne made out of French baguettes. It was a stunning twist to his series that the world fell in love with too, and while you may think this was a happy ending with the world falling in love with Benjamin and the daring Game of Thrones finale, the popularizations of baguettes and other gluten substances was angering to one former friend of the two. Another former alleyway wanderer known as Synth, who is also known as being a bitch. You see, Synth is not only picky and hard to please with her art, but she is also a fussy eater and has celiac disease. And aside from dealing with this in a normal way, which, I mean, if you have the disease, I have nothing against you or anything, but of course, she was fed up with every restaurant she ever went to, serving nothing but baguette, 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 baguettes everywhere! So Synth, filled with murderous rage, seeks to kill Benjamin, which would of course serve to drain George of his inspiration and sap the world of its love for baguettes. And finally, she could then carry out her campaign. The end of the movie is, shall we say, very hilarious, with a lot of funny moments, including the whimsical charm of our in-house comic relief, the critic, who has sworn to leave the critic industry to become a mime and fill people's lives with laughter. However, he did not know until he tried that he's not very good at this and tends to just not say very much and be very generally critical, but much more silently. We're not entirely sure if this will translate into comical moments, but we hope people will find it funny to at least have the mime in the movie, because it is a costume design we were very proud of, and as they say, a mime is a terrible thing to waste. There is, of course, a happy ending in the movie. They all become friends and actually become friends with characters from Ratatouille and open their own restaurants with many gluten-free options. And these now happy friends are in the closing scene, sitting around this restaurant drinking wine and laughing over their previous escapades. The entire movie would be, of course, narrated by myself, because my voice is nothing but enjoyable in the long term. I'm sure you would not have gotten sick of listening to it by now in the last 5 minutes, of course. At least I like the sound of my own voice and terrible accent. But that is, of course, the end of my pitch. I hope you enjoy this movie. I look forward to your response to this pitch, and of course to seeing Sexy Benjamin break the box office records in 2018. Merci beaucoup for your time, and please let me know what you think. Alrighty, here we have Sexy Benjamin the movie, the poster. There's only one thing left, and that is to figure out how many stars this movie gets. I'm gonna put this to the Twitch chat, and let's see where they're leaning. I'm gonna check out the results as they're voting. Oh, more than half of everyone has voted 5 stars. It's a 5-star movie. That's fantastic. Ready? Ding! Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my obnoxious but consistent Sexy Benjamin movie poster. Oh boy, this is so perfect. Like, this is a brilliant continuation to our Passpartout saga. A lot of people have asked me to continue playing Passpartout or to try and get the other endings. I don't like to milk a cow till it's dry, so to speak. That's a really weird and bad way to put it. So I won't be playing Passpartout again, but it was fun to revisit our favorite characters and create this Sexy Benjamin movie poster. Do you know what I need to do? There's a finishing touch. You ready? Sony Pictures presents. Actually, I need to reconfigure the layout because that should be up the top. The stars should go down near the quote, shouldn't they? There we go, our 5 stars, obnoxious but consistent. Then we have Sony Pictures presents. And now what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we need to share this with Sony Pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me out. Tweet this to Sony Pictures, the tweet you can see up there. Just send it to them. The link to the image so you can download it and attach it to your tweets is in the description, and you can have this poster, of course, for yourself, so you can set it as your desktop background or whatever you want to do. But let's make Sexy Benjamin happen. I want to see this in theaters in 2018. If they did the Emoji Movie, Sexy Benjamin is the obvious next step. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you want to join us for more fun with art, and of course follow me on Twitch if you want to join in the streams and I don't know, get me to do other random stuff like this. Otherwise, that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, I'll see you later. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. And while you're at it, check out my shop where I sell ebooks, brushes, photo references, video courses, and more. There's another video you might enjoy from my channel over there, and you can also check out my behind the scenes daily vlog channel, Daily JAZZA. That's it for now, and until next time, I'll see you later.